Today we're going to talk about 3 reasons why men cheat and some ways that you can potentially prevent this from happening to you. Number 1 reason why men cheat, it's really the most obvious reason. It's because they have no respect for you. They have no intention of being with you long term. They don't take into consideration your feelings. They just don't see the situation as that serious. This usually happens because the man is not really mature enough yet. Maybe he's going through a phase where he just wants to focus on work, or he just wants to focus on other things. He just wants to focus on meeting as many women as possible. Then they're not going to be that likely to stay loyal in the relationship because they don't see it as that serious. Now, the easiest way to spot this is by looking at how this man is behaving around you. Is he treating you with care? How is he behaving when you're not together? Does he consistently check in on you? Does he seem interested in you in other areas? Is he just interested in physical things, or is he interested in other things about you? You can easily tell how much time and effort they put into building a relationship with you. That will help you determine whether or not he's actually serious. Because someone that's not actually serious and is more likely to just cheat on you because they don't care about you is someone that throughout the beginning of the relationship, the middle of the relationship, and the end of the relationship, they're going to consistently show you with their actions that they don't care about you. So if he's disregarding you in other areas of the relationship, then that's probably a pattern that you need to pay attention to. So how do you prevent this? Well, don't get so involved with these types of men. They will likely show these lack of commitment, unserious behavior in the beginning when you meet. So when they show you these signs, that is your sign they're not ready for a relationship. But if you get emotionally invested and you expect something that they're not capable of, then you can really get your feelings hurt. And the only thing that you can do is be honest and hold them accountable for their actions and allow them to decide whether or not they're willing to do what you require them to do. Because just as much as you have your standards and your boundaries, they have the right to say, no, I don't want to follow that. I don't want to live up to that. And that's okay. You have to let these people out of your life. You have to let them go. Number 2 reason why men cheat is potentially because they feel neglected. Whether this is because their partner is away, working a lot, or just not really emotionally present, maybe not giving the validation that he needs, or there's something missing in the relationship, lack of intimacy, lack of communication, lack of feminine energy. He may feel kind of neglected, and even though he may love you and care about you, he may step out of the relationship in an attempt to get that missing piece that he feels is there. Unfortunately, this usually doesn't end well for everyone involved, and it's better to be aware of the signs. The easiest way to prevent this is to understand what your partner's love language is. So how do they feel appreciated? How do they feel loved? What is it that they require in a relationship? Do they require words of validation? Do they require acts of service? Do they require emotional validation or physical validation? Do they like physical touch? Do they not like physical touch? So these are the things that you just have to get to know within the person that you're seeing. And then if it's possible for you, if it's something that is aligned with you, do those things that you know make them feel validated. And you'll be able to tell whether or not they feel validated based off of, are they still investing into the relationship? Because as soon as a man withdraws his attention from the relationship, you don't feel that same like effort on his part, that he's falling in love and still committed in the relationship and putting in his energy into the relationship, he's going to put that energy in somewhere else. Sometimes this is just work, but eventually it can lead to physical. It can lead to something that doesn't work out for everyone involved, because anytime this happens, anytime a man cheats or a woman cheats, it makes life harder for everyone involved. Even the external person that is breaking up the relationship, they're going to be affected too, because don't they deserve a committed relationship as well? Like, that's not fair to anyone. The third reason why men cheat is because they feel emasculated. They are not getting that feminine energy from you. They're not able to be in their masculine energy around you, whether it's his fault or your fault. It doesn't matter. The point is that he's feeling some type of way, and maybe you're feeling the same way. Maybe you're feeling like you can't be in your feminine energy around him. So if you're feeling like you can't relax into your feminine energy, like you can't feel safe in his presence, then chances are he is also feeling the same way, but in reverse. So you can really identify if this is happening based on how you feel. If you feel like there's polarity in the relationship, like you're able to validate him in the way that he needs, and he's able to validate you in the way that you need. When you are feeling satisfied and you feel like there's a balance back and forth between the both of you, then chances are he feels the same way, and it's unlikely that he's going to step out for the reason of feeling emasculated or feeling like you are not feminine enough, or he doesn't feel appreciated. You know, maybe he feels like very judged. Maybe he feels like he's not doing enough, or like there's something that he's doing wrong. So he may go to someone who is younger or of lesser status, who is easily impressed by his job or his career or whatever quality about him that he feels you are not appreciating, and he's gonna find someone else who will appreciate that. Now, this happens both ways. Women do this too. This video is why men cheat, but this goes both ways. Like, a lot of the reasons I'm talking about is why women cheat as well. There's not always like a situation where one person is 100% guilty. A lot of the times when this happens between couples, the person that cheated, yeah, they made that decision, but also the other person, there could have been things they could have done, or things that they could have not done in order to prevent this from happening. So again, it's not your fault and you're not guilty for any reason, but there is things you can do. So making sure that your partner feels appreciated, right? You know their love languages, you know. So if you're changing your routine that you've had, or suddenly there's a difference in who's earning more money, or who's having to travel more, or who's having to do more things around the house, whatever, it's important to have grace, give grace to each other, and not judge the other person if they're not doing things perfectly. You know, you never want to like constantly nag at someone or pick at them and make them feel insecure, because that's not nice, right? And if they are not able to reassure themselves, they may seek that reassurance from someone else. They may cheat. So that's why you want to always be mindful of your partner's feelings and your partner's love languages and their requirements in a relationship. And when things are changing, make sure to check in with each other, right? Communicate these things. You honestly don't even need to talk about this all the time. You can trust your intuition, right? If you feel like something is off, chances are something is off. You have the women's intuition. Even men have gut instincts, right? So both of you, like, follow your intuition, follow your common sense knowledge, and think to yourself, is this relationship going well? Is there any reason why someone would feel like so stuck that they would need to step out of the relationship? And once you ask yourself this and you're aware of the potential weaknesses in your relationship, you can be mindful of them so it never becomes a problem to the point where one person feels so desperate that they have to do something crazy like cheat and not communicate and do something maybe out of character that maybe they haven't done before. So you never want to let things get to that point where someone explodes. You want to be mindful of things throughout the relationship. You can't always predict who's going to cheat, why they cheat. Things just happen sometimes, but remember, you are strong. You are worthy of having that relationship that you desire, and you get to decide what you're going to be available for. So you can't control how other people react, you can't control what they do, but you can control your decisions. If you like this video, share this with your friends. If you want to work with me, all the links are in the description. I love you, and I'll see you next one. Bye. Mwah.